Was Satan the minister of music in heaven?
The enemy don't mind you singing music because half of the church music Satan wrote, because you forgot that Satan used to be minister of music. What kind of proficiency do you have to get the job to be minister of music in heaven?
But let's talk about it right here on Global Impact. Many believe that Satan was the minister of music when he was in heaven. Someone commented on my recent video and said he was the minister of music before his fall. And then this person commented again and said Ezekiel 28:13. And that came from me covering Jamal Bryant's recent sermon.
The enemy hates for a saint to scream. Janae, you ain't gonna believe this. The enemy don't mind you singing music. Listen to me, because half of the church music Satan wrote. Because you forgot that Satan used to be minister of music. You got to ask yourself, what kind of proficiency do you have to get the job to be minister of music in heaven? You got to be able to sing hymns. You got to be able to sing anthems. You got to be able to sing traditional. You got to be able to sing quartet music. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. You got to be able to know CCM. You got to know Christian rap. What kind of proficiency does it take for you to be able to be minister of music in heaven? So the enemy is not upset with you singing. What the enemy doesn't like is screaming.
So the leader of the Black Power movement, whoever that is on his shirt and the Mardi Gras beads, just said that Satan was the minister of music in heaven, and you got to know all this other stuff to be the minister of music in heaven. All right, let's see what the scriptures say about it. That's all we have to go by, not opinions, not what we think. We have to go by the scriptures. Ezekiel 28:13. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering. So we see that this is talking about Lucifer, right? So if you go on down to verse 14, look what it says. You were the anointed cherub who covers, and I placed you there. So this is when we should ask ourselves, what is a cherub? A cherub was one of the angels that covered the mercy seat on top of the Ark of the Covenant. That was his position. That was his job. How do we know that was his job? Verse 16, by the abundance of your trade, you were internally filled with violence and you sinned. Therefore, I have cast you as profane from the mountain of God, and I have destroyed you, O covering cherub. Verse 17 says, your heart was lifted up because of your beauty, not because of the way you sing, not because of the way you direct the choir, the heavenly praise team. No, we have to, let me make this full screen. We must stop saying what the Bible does not say and stop not saying what the Bible does. The Bible does not teach that Lucifer was the minister of music in heaven. He was a covering cherub. You feel me?